So yeah, so we have seen this beautiful kind of move, and really what we have is a short-term breakout on Bitcoin. Now,
Yeah.
this is very short-term, but if we zoom in on the charts, I can put in a trend line right here, right? And you basically had this little wedge pattern forming, and you can actually draw a trend line through the lows here, right? So what we saw is just a couple days ago, we moved above it. You had a pause day, and now we're continuing up. Now, one of the things I'm watching now, I do think there's a chance we could go test this 46,000 line up here, but one of the first steps has to be to take out this high here, which is around 42,500. The reason why that's important is you still have a high, lower high, and you're still at a lower high here as well. So if we can take that out, you put in a higher high, and in the short term, that should give us enough momentum to move up to that orange line. Now, you're still stuck in this trend, right? So that still means that longer midterm-ish, you got to have downside exposure or expect to see downside. But short term, I am bullish. I'm long some cryptos, and I'm riding it for the short term here at least. Yeah, and that's right around my level too. You got the 50K even number right here.
Yeah.
And then just above that, there's this pivot, which actually you could even extend out to right to this area as well.
Yeah.
And you see it touched it right there. So that would be a great area where I agree. I mean, I'm somewhat skeptical that we'll break above this level here. But if we did, then you have a straight shot to that 50 to 52K level. And one of the things you have to like is, number one, we're definitely seeing a risk on environment, right? So technology stocks, and again, I follow the stock market, I follow the commodities, I follow crypto, and risk on is good for Bitcoin, right? It's money going into the system, and we've seen a great risk on environment. One of my theses for why I think the crypto is going to make another move up here is that the stock market is having a really good run this week. And crypto, you could arguably say, has somewhat underperformed. But once the stock market closes on Friday and people have that itch to trade, there's nothing for them to do but play cryptocurrency.
Guess what's open on the weekends?
That's right. So that addiction, that's what you got to go to. So it very possibly, assuming there's no negative news, that could be the catalyst to push up even through that 42,000 level over the weekend and maybe push towards 45.
Did you ape into ApeCoin yesterday?
So I don't know if this is bad to say, but I saw someone hashtagging it on Twitter, and I'm like, is this an actual coin or is this like a joke? I honestly didn't even know what it was. So you got to fill me in on this. What the heck is going on? I honestly didn't even know what was, to be honest, what it was. But, in all fairness, there's so many things out there that I just don't know a lot about. So it's good to know about it. I mean, you got to be on top of things. If there's one thing I've learned in my investing career is you got to know what's going on. If a stock, for instance, is reporting earnings after the bell, you need to know that because the stock could be up 20 or down 20%. And you can't claim like, oh, I didn't know, it's not my fault, I want my money back. Like, that's the nature of it. So people have to be on point with their investments. I mean, people always ask me on recent IPOs too. And if you got even a month of action, it's almost a crapshoot because you just don't have the history to be able to make high probability trading opportunities.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3,000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.